Our new anime begins with Akamitsu. His father is a man of culture for teaching him to have a harem when he's older, and for the same reason his father took off leaving Akamitsu behind. He was only 5 years old, so he didn't know his father left him behind to create his harem. Then several years later, Akamitsu, 21 years old. And he still remembers his father's words, but when two of his friends invited him for a mixer, he rejected them because Akamitsu decided to leave his life alone without a woman. He works at a grocery store and lives his life without a girl, because his father was truly a piece of work that the entire neighborhood knows he's a son of a pervert. So he said no to every relationship with a girl and decided to get a government job, but then, a rice bag comes from behind, that gives him a nice roly-poly to him down the street, there. He saw a beautiful girl had accidentally slipped one of her rice bags. By the way, her name is Yuzuki, and seeing her, bro got flat on her that he can't hear anything. So he goes off instantly because he got love stuck for the first time. Then, on the next day, these two invited Akamitsu again to a mixer and this time he agreed. But he had lost his mind and did some really embarrassing things. His mind was going numb because he kept thinking about that Moonlight girl. So he took a leave of absence from college to become a monk. Bro thought it'd be the best way to leave his desires, for that his uncle referred him to a temple where he could become a monk. But shockingly Yuzuki was the one who opened the door. Akamitsu got shocked to bones, but there Yuzuki suddenly leaves and came back with nice traditional clothes. Akamitsu just can't handle the heat inside of him, so he tried to run away, but tripped down because of a stone. So Yuzuki comes running to him, but her clumsiness got Akamitsu into heat. That he suddenly proposed to her for marriage. Shocking as it was, they first settled down with a tea, but Akamitsu was confused because a woman was inside the monk temple. But Yuzuki's cuteness was leading him astray, so he goes off to the restroom, but on the way he saw a kitten had fallen down the well. So Akamitsu tried to help her out, but a brick slides and Akamitsu fell down. At the same time, Yuzuki rolls the call to Kiki because she sent the guy for marriage meeting a day early. But she told Yuzuki that the guy whom she was supposed to have marriage meeting is sitting right next to her, so there Yuzuki's sister comes home and she tells her about Akamitsu. But there the guy comes covered in blood and scared Tsukuyo that she got numb from fear, and there Akamitsu fell right on top of her. So Yuzuki gave him a drop kick for being a perv and ran away thinking he's a pervy ghost, but Akamitsu follows them to clear out the misunderstanding, but there they run past Kuragi. And she just blacked out seeing Akamitsu, but helping out a lady comes first and chasing comes afterwards. Meanwhile, Kagura and Miya got disturbed by the commotion, so Miya comes out to scold everyone. But Akamitsu says hello to her in a Superman style and she got dragged along with her, but his hand got inside her clothes revealing her insiders. And Kagura kept enjoying seeing Miya getting all flustered. Then Akamitsu gets out of there to apologize to Yuzuki and Tsukuyo, but Yuzuki gave him a heavy paw right in his face. Then at night, when Kiki comes, that misunderstanding got cleared out. She told Akamitsu that his uncle didn't know that this place has recently turned into nunnery, so Yuzuki apologized for going insane. But two others were giving him a death threat, so Kiki came up with a solution for them to let Akamitsu train here to be a monk, but men's were not allowed into the nunnery. So Kiki told them to simply throw the board out, because they could get a free servant for labors, but from previous experience, Akamitsu was labeled as a perv. So Tsukuyo told Kiki how Akamitsu groped her breast, so Kiki showed her own pairs of giant épée to test out if Akamitsu was truly a perv. Seeing that, Akamitsu had enough of a erode. So he apologized for everything and decided to leave. He looked depressed and only Kuragi noticed it and told Yuzuki that he doesn't seem like a bad person. So Yuzuki meets Akamitsu while he was waiting for the bus. She told him it's a remote town so bus won't come at night, so he could live with her at the nunnery, but Akamitsu politely declined. Yuzuki leaves at that and told him about how hilarious he sounded when he proposed her right after meeting just 2 times, so Akamitsu introduced himself this time. And Yuzuki noticed his last name was Akagami, so she brought Akamitsu back to nunnery because his father took the 20 million from the temple and ran off. So Yuzuki decided that Akamitsu will pay them back with his body, which shocked everyone because it sounded exactly like that. So seeing their reaction, Yuzuki realized and told them Akamitsu will work as a servant, so others started their secret meeting to kick him out, so Kiki suggested to seduce the guy to kick him out. And the one with the nice knockers is only Tsukuyo, so she should carry out their plan. After that, Akamitsu started his work like a real pro from early morning. But while he was cooking, Yuzuki drops by in her pajamas, which blocked the brain cells of Akamitsu. Tsukuyo then comes by thinking Akamitsu can't cook, but after tasting his cooking she changed her mind and got distracted from her plan, so getting back from distraction, she gives Akamitsu a pair of summer clothes in the coldness of November to make him run out, but Akamitsu started to enjoy it thinking it's his monk training and aced his work. So Tsukuyo gave him accounting work and thought this time Akamitsu will screw up big time, but instead he took out all the flaws and even taught her about her mistakes. Her attempt to kick Akamitsu out wasn't going as planned, so she made him bath under cold water in winter season to train him like a real monk, but he sought his inspiration in a school dress. So Akamitsu got his blood boiling up and Tsukuyo failed again, so Yuzuki sent Akamitsu for hot bath just so he wouldn't catch a cold, but there Tsukuyo comes and started stripping down her clothes. This plan was simple, seduce Akamitsu and let Yuzuki witness it so she could kick him out, but Tsukuyo started getting cold feet and stumbles back. A box was about to fall on top of her so Akamitsu tried to save her but falls on top of her, but their second box did the work of the previous box and both ends up kissing each other. And right there comes Yuzuki and saw everything, but Yuzuki suddenly told Akamitsu to leave, so bro had to pack his stuffs to leave. And Tsukuyo succeeded on her plan but she didn't felt right and after that, Yuzuki started to avoiding her. So she asked her problem and Yuzuki tells her she remembers Akamitsu and his naked body whenever she sees Tsukuyo, so Tsukuyo made fun of her for being a perv. So Yuzuki told her she knew about her plan to kick Akamitsu out because Kiki told her beforehand, so Yuzuki thought of apologizing to Akamitsu but Kiki tells them Akamitsu already left the temple. But Akamitsu had left and first thing he does is to get to the cops to turn himself in. He confessed he fell right on top of a girl being naked and accidentally kissed her. So the cop threw him out and warned never to come by ever again, so now Akamitsu got no home and had to sit right under a bridge. But out of nowhere Yuzuki was staring at him while lying on the ground. She then tried to talk to him, but Akamitsu refused to listen because her clothes were soaked. But then she asked Akamitsu why he left the temple, so he told her that she told him to leave when she caught him in bath, so Yuzuki explained she meant to leave from the bath not from the temple. And there Tsukuyo comes and apologized for messing around told him to get him back home, so with that, they returns back and Mia was left in shock. Well it was the usual response so Akamitsu gets back to his work, but there Kuragi told Tsukuyo that Yuzuki was waiting for her in the bath. And Tsukuyo found it odd since Yuzuki was acting a bit impulsive lately. Kuragi couldn't agree more because Yuzuki was a level-headed stupid girl. Then Tsukuyo left because Yuzuki called her out. There Kuragi started to help out Akamitsu in cooking, but bro couldn't concentrate because there was only a single door stopping him from entering to heaven. Kuragi noticed that and told Akamitsu it's fine to act like a perv and spy on Yuzuki and Tsukuyo, and who knows she might even enjoy if she's a perv too. Akamitsu was barely holding himself so Kuragi stopped teasing him. She tells Akamitsu that Yuzuki and others were always like this, teasing and having fun with others. But they started to change as they grew up, but after he arrived, they once again showed their childish side. So she was glad that Akamitsu came here and changed them and for that she wanted to thank Akamitsu with showing him the heavens and bath. So Akamitsu tried to stop her and she took a U-turn and Akamitsu ends up opening the door and saw the girls just came out freshly from the bath, so he was beaten to pulp for peeking on them. But while Tsukuyo got back on track, Mia and Kagura were planning something out. But our 2 episode comes to an end for today, but stay tuned to watch more of this anime, and for that subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. Take care.